Morning, friends. I'm up before sunrise, and I thought that we could do a cozy fall reset, craft, relax day together. I'm thinking I have laundry to do, which I've already started. I have a little bit of work to do this afternoon, but I want to read my book today, and I think maybe start on a quilt this afternoon, maybe start my Christmas quilt this afternoon. We're gonna do a lot of laundry, change my sheets, wash blankets for the fall, get things kind of start moving that way for the cooler season because the house has gotten chilly in the morning and in the evening. So I'm using a little more blankets than I have been during the 100-degree summers. My coffee is in the process of being made. The milk is getting warm this morning, so I can have that. I'm gonna have leftover pizza for breakfast, so I don't have to do anything for food. And yeah, let's have a cozy day together. All right, I have finished breakfast, I have had my coffee, and I think I am going to go ahead and go move my laundry, and then I'm going to read my book for a little while. I am reading, it's called Deadly Education. It's been a little bit darker than I typically read, but I have liked it so far, and it's not a super long book, which is nice. I like to sometimes have some quick reads that I can kind of blow through when I'm kind of in a reading rut. And I'm gonna do that for a little while, cozy up with a blanket and get reading. Okay, so I did a little bit of reading this morning. I read a couple of chapters. I don't typically let myself read and relax in the morning. There's a part of my little squirrel brain that tells me that I need to be doing something and productive like 100% of the time. And it's also what leads me to really deep bouts of burnout. But I'm trying to be better about letting myself do those things to keep my sanity. So that was a really nice, hour and a half of calm and quiet for me, which I don't let myself do often, and I should do more often, and I will be doing more often because I liked it, reading in the morning. But now I am getting ready to start a Christmas quilt, which I'm really excited about. This is my second quilt ever, and I'm going to make it as large as I have fabric for right now. I have this, which has like little snowmen, there's sledding, I think, a little teddy bear sledding, super cute. So I'm going to use that as the backing, and I think I have quite a bit of it, but whatever it is when I piece it together is how big I'll make it. But I have a lot of things to cut for the front first, so I'm not going to worry so hard about how many I'm cutting. It's just eventually, if I have too much, I will make a scrappy quilt. So this is going to be the backing, super cute. And to go with it, I've been playing around, like thinking between two different ways I want to make it, front-wise, piecing-wise. I think this seersucker that I have, which is an old robe, would be really cute in it. So I am gonna do a half square triangle in each row. It's gonna be a half square triangle and then just a regular square. And just like that throughout. Really basic. I'm stepping up from what I did last time, which was just a buffalo check. So it was just like rows that I sewed together, cut, and then pieced together like 4 squares at a time. So this is going to be a step up because I'm learning how to make the half square triangles. I was deciding between this green seersucker and like red for being the squares. I'll show the examples up on the screen here. And so these are the two options. And I just think that the red being the squares, even with a little bit of pattern in one of them, it's just a little too much. And it kind of overtakes that green, and the other half of the triangle is going to be like mixed, like white and off-whites that I have from the fabric thrift. And so I think to tone down the red just a little bit so it's not quite overtaking the stripe, which I really like, I'm going to put it, the half square triangles are going to be red and white, and then this is going to be the squares in it. So I'm really excited to get started on this. I'm going to have to do a little bit of math to figure out how much I need, what size I want it to be, that kind of thing. So let me go ahead and do that. So it looks like to make a half square triangle, you make 2 at a time. So you can make them 4 at a time or 8 at a time. Let's look at how to make 8 at a time. Okay, so I'm gonna do 8 at a time. I love that. Because I have, I think, big enough, and it depends on if I have big enough pieces. I would love to make 8 at a time, but I've got a lot of these little chunks. I guess they're not quite so little. Oh, these are individual pieces. So we're gonna do what we can. We're probably gonna have to make them individually because I'm using scraps. So let's do a little math. Like I said, pull up this chart. Okay, so I need to figure out how big I want the squares to be when they're finished. So this is a foot. That feels too big. What if I did, I feel like this would be really cute in like a 6-inch square, maybe. Also a 4-inch square could be really cute. Let me see if I can picture it in my head. I'll throw some examples up on the screens to help you guys visualize what I'm trying to visualize in my own head. Ultimately, it's going to be on hopefully a queen size. If a queen size is 90 by 90, let's say, which one maths up a little bit better is going to be the question. let's see, 90. Let's say 6 is 15. Okay. Let's say 90 divided by 4. It's 22.5. Let me see how big my batting is. So the batting is 90 by 108. And a queen size bed is 60 by 80. So say I want to do the 90. I know I'm supposed to do like overhang or something like that to make trimming easier, but I flew too close to the sun on the last one and it worked. So we're just gonna boldly, confidently go with what we've got and use the whole thing. Cool? Cool. I think the 6-inch ones are gonna scale nicer ultimately. Let's see how big some of these pieces are, because I know a lot of these came from quilting households. They are 12, 13 inches. This is not quite square. Okay. So let's go ahead and do 6 inches finished, which means, okay, she's got a beginner size square size and a starting square size. I'm gonna confidently say that I can do this. Not as a beginner, that's bold, but you can make mistakes. I've got fabric, I can go to the thrift again. And I would rather measure halves than quarters. So we're gonna do 10.5 inches for my starting squares. So my red and my white off-white are going to be 10.5 inches. And let's say, okay, 108. Let's do a little more math. Because if you didn't know, sewing involves a lot more math than I ever hoped it would. So if we're 90 across, finished is 6, finish size is 6, so we're gonna put 15 across, and then total needed is 135 squares and 135 half square triangles. We did it. We did it, Joe. Okay, so now I've done my math for what we need to make a queen size quilt, Christmas quilt. I think I can get my cutting stuff out and get cutting. So let's get started. Okay, so I got a couple of squares cut out, about 3. I had one that wasn't quite big enough. It's over there. That wasn't quite big enough, but these are all, should be all 6.5 by 6.5 squares. 6.5, 6.5 squares. So we're getting started there, and then I realized that if I was going to cut anything else out of this, I needed to take some pockets off and take some of the like lining inside structural like extra fabric out and cut the seams off. So I've taken off 3 pockets now, but this is all taking a little bit longer than I thought. So I think I have 1 more pocket. I'm gonna get the 1 pocket off, the last pocket off, and then I'll probably stop here for today. And then I have a couple hours of work to do, and that'll get me right up to dinner time. So yeah, I'm gonna continue doing this, and if I have a little bit of time, I will cut the seams out of it. But that's only if I get my work done this evening. So we're gonna put this on pause and head upstairs to do a little planning for the week. Well, the afternoon blew by me, and overall had a really great day. And I am going to get ready for bed, and I'll see you guys next time.